They calls me Doctor Buzzard, Lowcountry folk healer, voodoo root worker, conjure dealer. The crossroads is where destinies meet, with a sprinkle of salt and 2 chicken feet. Charms and potions, protections and breaks. In the voodoo ring shop, we find our place. In the midnight hour, under pale moon glow, I gather my herbs where the wild things grow. From swampy marsh near the river's edge, I mix my potions and make my pledge. Curses and spells, magic in the air. In the shadows, seepers everywhere. But the spirit's path is never far. Just follow the light of the northern star. The dark we seek the early dawn. With faith in the old ways we carry on. The winds they howl down this lonesome road, in the arms of sorrow where those tales are told. Underneath the Spanish moss the heart beats slow. With every step memories flow. Whispers from the past, they hold me tight, guiding through the darkness, seeking light. Echoes of those dawn linger in the air. Haunting memories, they take me there. Whispers from the past, they hold me tight, guiding through the darkness, seeking light. In a world so vast, yet I feel so small. The weight of our history, I carry it all. I cast my spells to make things well. They calls me Doctor Buzzard, Lowcountry folk healer.
This is Doctor Buzzard speaking at you right here from Gullahville, USA, in the heart of the Low Country, where the stories are tall and the trees are taller, and the remedies, well, they're just the right size. Welcome to Low Country Rootworks. You know, things are happening that we ain't talking about. And we need to have a conversation, a word or two about forbidden secrets and things, poison plants, and low country spells. But first, let's shine a light on the soul of the low country. It's time for our music segment, Dr. Buzzard's Gullahville, USA Music Showcase. Back to Nature by Nolan Foster, coming at ya straight out of Gullahville, USA.
Whisper of the pines, where the river meets the sky. There's a story in the stillness of a light that never dies. Fields of green, soft and wide, crickets call the coming night, and the moon is just a witness to the world in quiet flight. From the beams like New Babel shot, and the velvet you and there, into the real hall that is built, and every it's me I knew. Back to nature, where the earth holds every sound. Feel the roots beneath the soil, hear the heartbeats in the ground. In the wind there's a song, and in the rain there's a sigh. Come back to nature, and you'll find where you belong, beneath this southern sky. Moss that sways like whispers low through the marshes water slow, where the herons find their haven and the cypress trees still grow. In the morning dew will gleam like the echo of a dream, and the air is soft with knowing of a peace that's pure and clean. Leave behind the rush, the race, find the rhythm, find the grace. In the tide slow, steady rise, you see the world through clear eyes. Back to nature, where the earth holds every sound. Feel the roots beneath the soil, hear the heartbeats in the ground. In the wind there's a song, and in the rain there's a sigh. Come back to nature and you'll find where you belong. Beneath the southern sky. Beneath the southern sky.
That was Nolan Foster with his new single, Back to Nature. So, if you like what you just heard, be sure to reach out and let us know. Show us some love. Now, when we start talking about getting back to nature, I reckon we're talking about the whole shebang, not just the pretty little things that won't bite ya. So, I'd love to share a little something about my poison plant garden. Now, don't let the name fool ya. These plants are mighty important when it comes to my potions, root medicine, and those good old low country spells. I'm just putting it out there now. Nowadays, you won't find these special herbs just anywhere. They're as rare as hen's teeth, as we say. The seeds have been tucked away and cherished through the generations. Back in the cruel days of enslavement, conjure women would braid them right into their hair to keep them safe and shuffle them around in the cotton fields to other women on the old plantations, passing them along to help folks in need of medicine. My mama got these precious seeds from her mama, and so it goes down the line, all the way back to Africa. That's how I ended up with them. She taught me all about how to mix and match them up and use them to cure anything to help our community. She taught me everything I knows about root medicine and root work. So, as a public service warning, these plants are hazardous to humans, pets, and livestock. If ingested, or even sometimes touching them, seek immediate medical attention because these plants can kill you. So, let me jump right into it and give you the lowdown on some of these plants and share what they're good for and maybe a few side effects too. So, let's begin our tour of my forbidden poison plant garden. Giggleweed, or the Cactus absurdum as we call it. You know, the side effects can be uncontrollable giggling for hours, even at the worst jokes, and laughing too loud in awkward social situations, like at funerals. Then over here we have something called mood vine, the Modia pendulum as we call it in scientific circles. And the toxic poison of that plant is something called switchidine. Switchidine causes sudden changes from uncontrollable happiness to weeping over commercials. It may result in karaoke sessions with tragic ballads. Over here we move on to procrastination ivy. And the main ingredient is something called task avoidum. It makes you have an intense desire to do it tomorrow, resulting in unwashed dishes, missed deadlines, and half-finished novels. Poison hemlock. It's deadly. Conium maculatum is the toxic. The lethal characteristics is that it contains alkaloids that paralyze muscles, leading to respiratory failure. All parts of this plant is toxic, even when it's dried. Water hemlock is another one y'all don't know about. Down here we call it cicuta. It's highly lethal. It contains cicuta toxin, which causes violent seizures and death. The roots are particularly dangerous. Now, we talked before, and you all know about blabberbush. Blabberbush, or as we call it, the Gossipia spillis. The main ingredient there is chatafine. It causes non-stop talking, often revealing embarrassing situations about themselves or others. Side effects include losing friends and gaining that look from everybody when you say something that you know is wrong. Mistletoe is one we don't think about. Now, the flora dentrum, they call it. It's moderately toxic, but the berries contain florotoxins, causing stomach pain, blurred vision, and cardiovascular collapse in large doses. And then we have something called itchathon. Itchathon, Scratchus relentus, is the main problem there. And the main ingredient is something called scratchium irritant, I believe. But the effects is itching in bizarre and unreachable places, like the middle of your back or at the bottom of your foot only when you're wearing boots. Now this is a strange one, something we call clingvine. Clingvine, known as Velcrovis odoium. And the main ingredient is an enzyme, something called attachment enzyme. You feel, sometimes the victims feel emotionally and physically attached to random objects, like lampposts and other things, tree trunks and such. Pokeweed is another one. The filtrolacta, I think they call it, Americana, whatever. But it's moderately to highly toxic. And I say that because pokeweed is everywhere down here. The roots and berries are toxic. Ingestion can cause nausea, respiratory issues, and sometimes death. Jimson weed is another one y'all don't think of. The Datura stramonium or something they call it. It's highly toxic anyway. It contains alkaloids that cause hallucinations, hypothermia, and death in large amounts. We got shriekwood, Screamus hypicium. And the toxic ingredient in that plant is something called Screamium shrillium. The victims sometimes emit loud, high-pitched shrieks at the slightest inconvenience from things like spilled coffee or a bad Wi-Fi connection or whatever. And you got to watch out for that one. Yellow jasmine is another one. Gelsemium sempervirens, they call them, the medical folks. It's highly toxic though anyway. You just know it as yellow jasmine. It contains alkaloids that cause respiratory failure. All plants in that pot is poisonous because it causes death too. And one y'all never thinks about. Lantana camara. Highly toxic. Berries are toxic to children and livestock, causing vomiting, organ damage, and death in severe cases. So, just be aware of these things because the lethal characteristics can disrupt heart failure functions, that is, and ingestion can cause vomiting and death. That's all I'm going to cover for right now as I walk through my garden because I didn't have my mask on. So we're going to have to cut it right here. But that's where we are for now, folks. And the next time we come back, I'll continue the tour. Thank you for walking with me through here. Now, I just want to leave y'all with a little closing thought before I go. We ain't never where it all starts, and we ain't where it all ends. We just moving through the middle. So, tell me, how do you see what you don't even know what to look for? Now listen close, y'all. The low country ain't just a point on a map. It's a way of being. Life here is all about respect for the plants, the soil, and the hands that keep you fed. Take care of the land, and the land will cradle you right back. From the dirt to your dinner plate, you are what you eat. Make it count. No farmers, no food, no future. And that's the gospel truth. So tend to this earth, tend to your body, and give thanks every step of the way. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. That's Genesis 1:29, King James Version of the Holy Bible. So, this is Dr. Buzzard signing off from Lowcountry Rootworks, the farm, or the pharmacy, as I call it, deep in Gullahville, USA, where underneath the Spanish moss your heart beats slow, and the Southern Coast sings this song. Stay good to the land, good to each other, and don't you dare stand still long enough to let the moss grow under your feet. Until next time, y'all.
Doctor Buzzard, the magic wizard, claps his hands, poof, a twirling lizard. In Gullah Gheechee, that's so bad, with blue-eyed nose and flowers in the sand. He's got a hat with a feather so high, a big old smile and a twinkle in his eye. He waves his wand, and you understand this magic afoot, and this one you stand. The magic wizard claps his hands, poof, a twirling lizard. In Gullah Gheechee, that's so grand, with blue-eyed rose and flowers in the sand.
Clap, clap, stomp your feet. Gullah Gheechee land is sweet. For that magic fills the air. Close your eyes and feel the thing.
Doctor Buzzard, magic wizard, go twirling lizard, swirling lizard. Gheechee land so grand, with blue-eyed toes and flowers in the sand. So grab your hat and come on in. Dr. Buzzard's magic is about to begin. And Gullah Gheechee land, take my hand. Let's dance with flowers and blue handles in the sand.